Tonight we turn to Vladivostok, Russia's far eastern port city, where President Vladimir Putin has once again staged a carefully crafted appearance. At the Russia National Center, the head of state walked through patriotic exhibitions and met with young cadets. On the surface, a routine presidential visit. In reality, it was a performance heavy with symbolism, designed to showcase continuity, loyalty, and strength at a moment of global uncertainty. The president began his visit inside an interactive exhibition zone. Cameras captured him moving steadily from one display to the next. Large screens projected military history and imagery, transforming the hall into a gallery of state power and national memory. The staging was unmistakable. Russia's leader presented not as a distant official, but as an engaged observer of the nation's military story. The exhibition included immersive visuals, videos of soldiers, machinery and campaigns, providing a backdrop that connects modern Russia to a narrative of resilience and readiness. Putin's gaze, fixed on the displays, underscored the importance of symbolism. These are not simply educational tools, they are instruments of identity, reinforcing Russia's view of itself as a nation under siege but unbroken. From the exhibition floor, the visit shifted to a more human stage, the meeting with cadets from the VOAN organization. This group, whose name translates to warrior, is dedicated to youth military training and what officials call patriotic upbringing. Putin's encounter with these cadets was carefully choreographed. He greeted them with nods and firm handshakes, leaning in to exchange words. Smiles were brief, gestures were deliberate. Each interaction was a performance of generational handover, Russia's future warriors standing before their president, embodying loyalty, discipline, and continuity. The cadets, in uniform, represented more than just students. They were a living testament to a state project, merging sports, education, and military preparedness into a single program of patriotic education. In Russia's narrative, these young people are both guardians of national culture and the next line of defense in an increasingly hostile world. The meeting with the cadets carried broader significance. Patriotic education has become a central theme of Russian politics in recent years. Schools, youth organizations, and cultural centers are being mobilized to instill what officials describe as resilience against foreign influence. By standing beside these cadets at a national exhibition, Putin reinforced a simple but powerful message. The future belongs to those who are prepared to defend it. The president's presence among them created a carefully constructed image. Russia's leader framed not just by history on the walls, but by the young faces of tomorrow. This symbolism is not accidental. The Kremlin has invested heavily in programs like VOAN, precisely to ensure that loyalty and discipline are ingrained from adolescence. Patriotic education is cast as protection, not just against ignorance, but against Western values that Russian officials dismiss as corrosive. The cadets' uniforms and military drills are presented as the antidote to what Moscow portrays as foreign intrusion. This visit cannot be separated from its broader context. Putin's appearance in Vladivostok is part of a trip centered around the Eastern Economic Forum, one of Russia's most important annual summits. This year, representatives from 36 countries across the Asia-Pacific have gathered to discuss trade, energy, and security. For Putin, the symbolism is layered. On one hand, the exhibition visit highlights domestic strength, youth, discipline, and tradition. On the other, the forum underlines Russia's international reach, particularly in Asia. As Western sanctions continue to bite, the Far East has become Russia's pivot point, a gateway to booming markets in China, India, and Southeast Asia. By visiting cadets before the forum's opening sessions, Putin signaled to domestic audiences that Russia's resilience begins at home, with its youth and its traditions. And to foreign observers, he suggested that Russia is not isolated, but firmly embedded in a new multipolar order. The staging tied national identity to international strategy, patriotic education on one side, economic outreach on the other. What may look like a simple museum walkthrough is, in reality, a layered political message. It is about presenting continuity at a time of uncertainty, about showing that Russia's future is already in training, about reminding the world that the Kremlin's definition of strength combines both soft and hard power, patriotic culture at home, and strategic partnerships abroad. As Putin leaves the exhibition, the images remain etched. A president framed by history, flanked by cadets, preparing for a week of diplomacy that seeks to reinforce Russia's defiance of the West and its embrace of the East. And so, in Vladivostok, Power is not only negotiated in conference halls, it is rehearsed in classrooms, displayed in exhibitions, and passed from leader to youth in carefully crafted images. That is the message broadcast from Russia's Far East, a message of endurance, loyalty, and an unbroken line between past, present, and future.
Это просто вот на одну и ту же секунду прям здесь. Да,
Выйдет намекал, мы открыли путь для наступления основных сил на Кураховском направлении. Обеспечить взятие. Навсегда в памяти останутся наши братья, которые не вышли из боя. Память.
Курсант, меня зовут Роман Герасимов, курсант Каучасского филиала Центра. Форма. Форма – это наша гордость.
Молодец. Вырос и до сих пор живу, еще планирую. И изучают, у нас направление есть техническая медицина.
Меня зовут Эмmanuel в опасных ситуациях. А вот у коллег уже сделали вместе с учеными, преподавателями.
Да, и следующее слово появляется. Потому что пока вы правильно не сделаете, новое не появится.